these past weeks, I've had some epiphanies. I was up hiking in a mountain in Colorado when I had a revelation, an understanding of something I've heard since I was a kid. So there's a few things that I wrote down, and today I also channeled a prayer. I started a prayer this morning that I'll share. But what I realized is, yes, we all have character defects, right, that we want to change. It's just that we have to be bothered enough by our character defects to want to change. It has to hurt enough to want a change. So my good friend was telling me, and it makes sense, that, unless we feel the pain and we realize that we're, in some ways, we feel helpless and hopeless. Like we have tried and tried and tried to fix things ourselves, and still maybe we cannot fix. Maybe there's one thing that we still struggle with. And that's when we can ask God to help us, to take it away from us. If we can't do it, like to have that higher power, whatever your higher power is, whether it's your higher self, your self that knows more, your other self, not your 3D self, or if it's God, it's Jesus, it's your ancestors, your archangels, your guardian angel. We can ask for help. We can say, God, please just, it takes the load off of us. It takes the pressure off of us, because we can just pray to, please relieve me of anything that is not serving me, anything that is causing me harm, that I am having trouble being able to try to release on my own, and ask for that higher power and that help. And so there was, so what I realized is why some of us feel the strong urge to change. Well, first of all, you have to have enough pain. So if you're going through life and you're like everything's good enough, like you're happy enough, or you feel happy just living in the 3D life, but there's nothing wrong with that. And maybe you're happy with life the way it is. You're happy with your house and your vacations and your home, or you're going out to eat. I did all these things, right? Like I had and now I'm gonna not have either one, but I had a couple houses. I manifested things without even knowing what manifesting is. I didn't even know. And then it was because I had opened my heart. It's because I had started living in the present moment, because I started being loving to myself. And so that drew in all kinds of beautiful things to me. Like, my husband being more open to not working as much and taking time to come to Florida. And it's crazy, because then right after that is when I realized I don't want all this. It's beautiful, but it isn't what brings me joy to have to take care of a big home and all that. So we don't know. We just do what everyone does. Like, okay, you get out of school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, you have a house, you cars, vacation. So all of that stuff. So it may be like, probably gazillion women would be like, I would have loved to just take in your life, right? Like I had a beautiful life by all standards of society, by all standards of this 3D world, but I wasn't feeling fulfilled. Even when I was living in the moment and happier, it sometimes, and if you're a starseed, you're an empathic soul, we get overloaded by having too much around us. This is why I believe a lot of us too become hoarders, because we grow up thinking that we don't have enough. We take in a lot, and then we don't know how to handle it all. And we don't know how to throw it away. We don't know how to manage it. We don't know how to throw away our papers. We don't know how to organize, because living in this world with all these things is a difficult task. Sometimes just getting ready, just taking care of our human physical form as a starseed, an empath, someone who's more connected to the upper realms than the earthly realms, it can be very difficult. I always get totally like, I should make an outline for these, because I get completely off the subject. I'm like, what was I even talking about? This is how I am. I blame it on my living up here, the ADHD realm. So we have if we live in a world where we're really just going through our days, our lives, and we're happy that way, and we haven't had any trauma that like affects us enough, or we've had trauma but it's not like the major deep trauma, or just doesn't affect us as much and we feel sort of numb to it, or we just aren't worried about it, we're not going to have the pain enough to go, oh my gosh, like have a Calgon take me away, a dark night of the soul. We're not going to have enough pain to bring us to our knees, to pray to God, to say, oh my God, or to say, what is wrong? Like, I need to change this. So I love the saying, it says, the cracks is where the light comes in. So the cracks in our self, like, it gives us a chance to let the light in, the light of consciousness of God, to come in, to help us to awaken to our true self. So star seeds and light workers, like I said, we have to feel the need to change. Something has to bother us enough. So star seeds and light workers feel the pain to change. They feel the need because that's what we're here for. That's why we came to Earth at this time. We need to change, or it hurts more if we don't change, if we don't evolve, if we don't grow into our higher self, if we don't embrace our higher self, our inner knowledge and our inner wisdom and what we came here for, who we really are. And it hurts to not be making the difference in the world. It hurts to not be doing what we came here to do, to be our true authentic self. So to not change is more painful than staying in our mold. If we don't change and we stay in the little mold that we've been in our whole life, it's going to be painful. So that's why right now, what we're going through right now on the planet Earth is this ascension, and we're feeling the push to leave the old, come into the new. Once we come into the new, we have joy, we have peace, we have passion, we have purpose. We find our soul family, we find our soul partners, because we're not here to work alone. We're here to find a high level soulmate, a high level partner that also is ascending, and we're going to work together to ascend and to do the work we came here to do. Whether it's to teach, to help others, to do art, to make music, to help Mother Earth, help the planet with healing the earth and getting rid of things that are harming the earth, whether it's helping animals. There's so many kinds of mission work you can do, and it doesn't have to be a certain way. You'll find your way, but any way it is, you'll find it, and you'll be able to feel like you're doing something from your heart, something passionate that you've always wanted to do because it's been in your soul, your blueprint. You came here with a blueprint to do something, and that is why your soul is hurting and you're tired. I've been tired because I'm not living in my full purpose. I get exhausted when I'm just in the 3D and I'm not doing, like right now, talking to you, I feel energized. Why? Because I'm doing what I came here to do. So I want to encourage you. If you want a life activation, if you want, I can go live, I can pull cards for you, I can give you some energy to spark you into your new passion, your new life, your new love, your money, your abundance, and take your place that God is calling you to come to be your true authentic self, and to shine your light and to get out of the cave, to get out of hiding, to get out of being in isolation and enter the world. And we all can be strong knowing that God has our back and that He is powering us and He is backing us, and He wants us to be abundant and be His servants in the earth to help the planet ascend and to help Mother Earth heal and to bring consciousness into the planet and to bring in a new earth together as soul family.